Good morning. I recently got a very good question. What is the mini micro? And what am I doing here anyway? So I figured it might be a good time to give a little introduction to this project. Going to talk about what is the mini micro, what is this, what is the aim of this little role-playing game project I'm doing, and maybe how to get this thing going if you're interested. Go to miniscript.org/mini micro. This link is going to be in the project description. So see there's a web player here, which you can use, and it'll do most anything you want to do. You can't mount folders, so you won't be able to run code that way. So larger, I don't think you can run larger projects directly from here, but you can still play with a lot of stuff. The way I use it, I'm down here. I'm on Windows, so I download the Windows file. Okay, extract all that. It's a mini micro folder, and run the mini micro, and there you go. So the mini micro, it's written in Unity, and basically gives you access to a lot of the same services that Unity would give you, like access to all the input devices, a keyboard and mouse and gamepads and joysticks. Gives you access to the output devices, the sound and graphics, and it wraps it all in a really easy to use interface using a language called Miniscript, which yeah, you can actually see the link right there, miniscript.org. You can learn all about the language. It is architecturally it's similar to Python, and it's a late bound language, meaning like you won't know if your variable is defined or not until runtime, more or less. And you write a program. When you run it, it gets compiled in memory to the bytecode, and then the bytecode is executed. So the efficiency is pretty good. I'm going to show you how to get the project I've been showing everyone running. github.com/tradetome/rpg-lite. Eventually I'm going to get a deployment pipeline going, and then you'll be able to play this off of my itch.io page. But this isn't set up yet. It's maybe next couple days. But if you want to play around with it right now, you can come here. If you understand Git, then you can clone the repo if you like. Either way, you can come and open up this GitHub page, which I will put in the project description. Click on code, download zip, and you save that anywhere really. Save that in my temp folder. Come in here, we're going to unzip that. Now to get the rpg-lite game I've been creating running in the mini micro, you can see that there's two like virtual disk slots. They can either take the disk files that mini micro can consume, right? Click on one of those and say you can create a new disk file, you can mount a folder or a disk file, unmount whatever's in there. In this case, you want to mount a folder. It's now mounted, and you see that when you run the mini micro, it dumps you on a command line. And there's a lot of things you can do from this command line, which is more than I'm going to get into today. But directory command dir will give you whatever. Well, it'll list the contents in the user folder. You always start in the user folder when the system boots up. There's a you basically have three disks. You have the if you get a look at the root directory, you see there's a system disk which has a lot of little demos and utilities and assets. And then there's the user and user 2 folders, which are correspond to the top and bottom virtual disk slots. But we are currently in the user folder, and if you run the init file, the ms extension stands for miniscript, which you don't have to explicitly write when you run something. And oh, yeah, and I need to get the pipeline running before this is gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and walk through this anyway, just so that you can see it. Okay. This part you're not going to be able to do unless you have Git installed. But once I get the deployment pipeline running, then it'll be automated. Terminal. Okay, let's see if I can remember the magic command to refresh the Git submodules. I'm actually Googling it on another screen. Never remember this command. But this will wait take a second. It might just be. You know what? We're just doing a demo here. I'm sorry, this won't give you a complete solution. I need to package up a release. We're just gonna have to do that soon. But I got the library copied over here. I'm just going to copy and paste it. I'll do a I'll have to do another video soon on a more complete solution for running the release. It is a work in progress. I'm not going to hide that fact. So, the goal is to build a little role-playing game reminiscent of the Final Fantasy II game from the Super Nintendo that I played in the early to mid 90s. We have our little tile world with our little characters. We can walk around, we can with the arrow keys, hit the spacebar. As of yesterday, you're able to talk to them. And we're going to be implementing some UI soon to make it look a little, well, look nicer. Need to implement transitions so that, like right now, you can't get out of the town because I blocked it. Otherwise, you would just like walk out into the great blue abyss. So we're gonna have more maps added soon. We're gonna be implementing random enemy encounters. We're gonna implement a couple of dungeons you have to go into to complete your quests. And yeah, the goal is just to create like a really minimal role-playing game that might be able to build something bigger on after that. And that is basically hit escape to get out. That is basically the goal of the project. And yeah, 10-minute introduction, not bad. Let me know if you have any more questions. I'm happy to answer any questions that people have. And see y'all later.